There are two pieces of Nmap, as mentioned before. There's Nmap, which is the command line interface, and Zenmap, which is the graphical interface. I'm going to show you first the command line interface because even though Zenmap is simple to use, using Nmap in the command line is just as easy at times. So the first thing I'm going to do is, after installed, is just type in Nmap. And this is going to give you a breakdown of all the command structures, how to use it, the examples, different triggers you can use, different flags. But the important thing to see here is the usage. So every time you want to run an Nmap command, you're just going to type Nmap, followed by the scan type, which again, you can find all listed out through here. You can also add options, and it's always followed by the target specification. Now you can use URLs, you can use fully qualified domain names, you can use individual IPs or full network ranges, whatever you want. Nmap is pretty powerful, it can do all of it. But the first thing I'm going to do is just run a generic scan with no triggers, no options, just Nmap to my IP. Once you hit enter, it's going to start running the scan, and sometimes this can take 10, 20, even 30 seconds depending on how intense it is, maybe even longer if you're running a full network scan, an intrusive full network scan, but I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to the completion. Alright, so it took about 22 seconds, 22.41 to be exact. We got a little bit of information with just doing a basic bare bones Nmap scan. We can see some ports are open, we can see some services are running, but that's all we can see. So if I want to dive a little bit deeper, I can use the triggers or the flags. They're called many things. For this, I'm just going to do TAC A, followed by my target. And we're going to compare the difference between both outputs. We hit enter, and the scan starts. The TAC A trigger doesn't technically stand for TAC all, but the A is an intrusive type scan that's going to find out things like operating systems, services, service versions if possible. It's just going to be a much more detailed scan, and we'll see that in the results here. So just like the first scan, we can see the ports, the services running. There's also a lot more down here. We can see it's running Windows 10, potentially 2012, 7, 8, 1, or 2008, but the first guess is Windows 10. We can go down here to see additional information, CPE, Windows 10. We're getting the information, but there's too many fingerprints to match for sure. But we know without a doubt this is going to be a Windows machine. That's just some of the information you can gather using Nmap. Next, we'll look at Zenmap.